Hello, my name is Gabe Heller. This is going to be a test here to see what kind of Minecraft video I can make. I'm just going to show you around my base on one of my favorite servers. I'm not going to tell you which one, but if the server owner wants to crow about it in the comments, that's fine. I have my map turned off because I don't want everybody knowing where my base is, but I'm glad to show you around. It is a PvE server, but people do kill other people on occasion. It can happen, so it is. Friendly fire is not disabled. I just started up a laser drill here, and that required some pink slimes. There we go. It can be a little problematic when you start out getting stuck in walls and things. There we go. So there are some green slimes that, some pink slimes that spawned under the floor. That's what you're hearing. It's not running terribly fast yet. I don't have the reactor hooked up directly to it. I wanted to see how much oil it would use, how much fuel it would use. Let's see what ores I've gotten so far. Okay, so a rather random assortment, which is what one expects. This is where I spawned the slimes. This arrangement here takes the the liquid experience out of the grinder and puts it back into the auto spawner. This is my village base. I have a lot of villagers here. Using golden lassos, I stole them from a couple of different villages in Minecraft worlds. So I can still sell grain to one of them. I might do that quick just to show you how that works. That's, what is it called? It's called a trading post. It allows you to pick the trades of the nearby villagers. On the other hand, I've noticed that it seems to miss some of them, and I'm not sure if those are because they're Mistcraft villagers introduced in Mistcraft, and maybe that doesn't count. I don't know. This is the reactor room. I have the reactor set up such that it outputs just a little more steam than the turbine uses, and it's just recycling the steam. It turns it back into water, and then it turns it back into steam. So I don't have to have pipes between the two, which is one of the most inconvenient things to have to do, because you have to build some pretty high-end pipes to carry that much steam or water back and forth. But if you build them right next to each other, you don't have to do that. Yay! And for now, the output is just going into an oil fabricator that's making oil. I have a turtle here, which is set to replace the drum when it gets full. When it breaks the drum, it's full, then it will go into this stack, in which case, when it goes to try and place something from this stack, nothing will happen. And then it will, afterwards, it tries to play something from this stack, which of course won't work if it has placed a drum. So that's that. Got some jelly cryotheum here, which my wife, who also plays on this server, managed to make a Mistcraft Age with jelly cryotheum seeds, so she's been selling it to everybody on the server. But I kind of helped her set it up, so she gave me a little for free. Let's see. Over here, I'm messing with a reactant dynamo, turning sugarcane and sewage into power slowly. I would have to have quite a bit more cane than this to turn it into it much faster. Here I am just farming eggs. I used a whole bunch of eggs when I was making my first pink slime before, so that I could then use it in the auto spawner. Here we go. There's quite a bit of grown wheat, so I'll go ahead and harvest that. Excuse me. The seeds are in that position. There we go. Escape chicken. How you escape? Actually, put some of this stuff away in my Omni bag. Okay. Oh, that's right. Somebody gave me a bunch of Safari nuts. I forgot about that. One of my goals with this series is to show you me starting to play on a server and working my way up in abilities, capabilities by getting the right resources. And so I'm going to be looking for a server to do that on. But this is just a test on a server I've already been playing on. Okay, so somebody wanted grain, right? Yeah, there we go. So we don't need wheat, actually. It's not that one, it's the next one. There we go. Nope. I'd already traded quite a bit of wheat, so it's not surprising. That's the last one. This is how I've been getting the emeralds that I needed for the auto spawner and various other things. I've got so many seeds I may as well breed some chickens here, though I don't want the coop to get too thick with them. This is probably going to be the last time I breed them. I have them sitting on hoppers, and the hoppers are feeding into item ducts, which then go into this deep storage unit, which can store up to like 2 billion of one item, so I'm not going to run out of space for eggs in there anytime soon. I guess that's all I get to use. Sometimes you can reach these guys stuck in the fence. There we go. Reach them with a golden lasso, though, which is weird. There we go. Looks like there's some eggs. Alrighty. So most of my transport here is why I missed craft H's. Now this is where my Galacticraft stuff is currently sitting. Okay, and let's try going to my nether base. Okay, here's my nether base. Oh, that's me. Okay, yep. Got some ender pearls growing here. I need to get some more endstone to grow them on. Chunk loaders were banned for a while on this server. I think they may be unbanned now, but if they ban them again, then I won't be able to, they'll disappear, so I can't really rely on them, so I've been using an alternate method, which I'll show you in a moment. But because this place has a de facto chunk loader, that's just where I'm doing my refining, and it's run out of oil, so I will replace it with another oil barrel. A while ago, I ran across a Mystcraft Age that had a lot of oil. I was actually looking for pages, and it turned out to be a really bad one to find pages in, because there was so much oil that you couldn't go anywhere very quickly to look for libraries without ending up in the oil. I'm thinking of calling this series No Jetpacks, because I have a hard enough time with jetpacks. I die too often, and it feels like cheating too. So between those two things, I just generally don't make jetpacks. And I thought it might be interesting to people to see how to play without jetpacks. A lot of people start out in creative. I never played creative, so I never got used to it. And if everyone's always telling you how to play, but you need to have creative in order to do it, well, this is how to play if you don't. So as you can see, I'm generating quite a bit of fuel here, hopefully enough to keep up with the needs of that laser drill. So over here, oh, that's a horse. I need to put that horse somewhere better than the nether, though I was thinking it might be fun to ride it around the nether fortress, these nice long hallways. So this is another wart farm that I found. This nether fortress where I've made my base, I made safe, and if I find another fortress on the other server, you'll see my method for doing so. But it basically makes it a wonderful base. Though occasionally blazes spawn, because that happens. but I can deal with blazes now. So let's see here. Oh, and among other things, I found a blaze spawner, kept it intact, and I was using it to get myself lots of blaze rods and experience. Now I have probably all the blaze rods I will need for the rest of the game, but just in case, I still have signs reminding me how to get there. That's on the other side of this wall, at the end of the corridor here. I took out some of the lights because I was afraid they would stop them from spawning, though I don't think it actually makes a difference, the lighting for blaze spawners. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh. Yep, there's the blaze spawner. Grinder's still here, but it's not powered anymore. Oh, it still does have power. That's interesting. Guess it must just have some left over. And 3 blazes rods have shown up while it was gone. But yeah, that's how I set up my grinder. The blaze spawner. Oh, there they are. I bricked it up because I didn't have all of this nether fortress claimed. You have to claim land in order to protect it from other people. And I didn't have all of it claimed, and I didn't want people... no, but I did have that section claimed, so people might get in, but I was hoping they wouldn't be able to break through the wall. There might very well be ways around the protections. We'll see. I might try some of them myself, but probably not while everyone's watching. Okay. So down here is what I'm using as a chunk loader. Bottom of these stairs. Notice the stairs don't go all the way down. I hate vanilla stairs, and since I almost never use this staircase, I haven't bothered to put in micro-block stairs. It just leads down to where I have a lava drum attached to an endothermic pump. I didn't necessarily want it to fill too quickly because I didn't know if it would still have its chunk loading effects when the drum was full. But as it turns out, it does, so that's convenient. And that's down near the lava sea in the nether. I understand that a lot of people hate the nether. I started out playing vanilla Minecraft, and once I discovered that like the top of the nether was absolutely safe and you could make tunnels forever once you got up there, I started to love the nether actually, as not just as a transport system, but as a place to gather resources and things like that. With every change, the nether's become perhaps a little more dangerous, but the change has been slow enough that I've always been able to figure out how to still live here reasonably. So for those of you who absolutely hate the nether and have never managed to be there for any length of time without dying, this might also be instructive for you. Okay, heading back to the overworld base. Oh, actually I wasn't supposed to head back to the overworld base. This is also my Mistcraft base, and later I might show you some of these worlds, though there's been a crash on the server, so I'm going to have to get rid of, put some of my valuables away before I show you those. Okay. It seems really loud. Like I said, this is a test video. So, time to show you my sky base. Yes, I also have a sky base. Because it's Skybase, it's actually a mobile Skybase, which means I can't link to it with a link book like my other bases. I'm gonna at some point build a quantum portal to it. This is where I started to go before. I should have planned this out a little better, I suppose. So for now, I just have this corridor, this very long corridor. With which I'm going to continue to put nether portals along the side of, and as the base moves far enough that one doesn't connect with it anymore, I'm intending on just moving it in a straight line. It's also my mining base, so I just move it in a straight line across the ocean and mine as I go. I've gotten quite a few resources that way. So I've got this little setup here with frame carriages, and there are some terrain smashers on the other side of these chests, which are smashing their way through the nether and placing the stuff in this chest. I have it going very slowly, and it only goes when I'm here because this is not chunk loaded. But that means that I don't have to dig this. It's already gone much further than I need it to go. I'm thinking of making some quantum portals to it. instead. But they seem to require chunk loaders, and I don't really have that base set up to be chunk loaded yet. Things would go wrong. Okay, so here is my base in the sky. Often I end up falling through the sky until it has finished loading. There we go. Okay. So you can see I have... oh wow, that sounds horrible. I hope it sounds better than that in the recording. So you can see I have a force field used to try and disguise my base, the color of sky. I also have a wool ceiling here to try and disguise it on the map. I'm not going to bring up the map, but it helps it look the same color as the ocean on the map. Try and keep prying people away. Looks like I could use some more melons. Once I discover melons, I tend to just eat melons. I realize that they're not the densest food, that a stack of something else would go considerably further. But so you can see I have some cactuses here for cactus green in case I should need any of that. This is my farm where I grow most of the vanilla things. This is the pattern that I came up with for a farm quite a while ago. It's a little expanded because this base is a little wider. Usually I just make it 11 wide, but this is a little wider. It requires 2 water source blocks. I've got another refinery set up here because I have the ingredients for 2 refineries, so I may as well. And then this was my original refinery before I'd figured out how dynamos work. This is my first time playing the new Tekkit with the thermal expansion things, and I was more familiar with Buildcraft, so I made this up. You'll notice it isn't running on any water. I discovered that it's actually a lot easier to simply put them all on a timer so they cycle off regularly and cool down. They generate more energy because they get hotter, but then they don't explode because you cycle them off before they do. This is the engine room. I'm not going to move it now, but this is the frame carriage that I use to move my entire base through the air. It doesn't look like much when you're doing it because you're stuck in the room, unfortunately. The force field is being powered partially by lapis, which this blue sheep farm is providing. These are just my general machines that I use for processing the stuff, the resources that the quarries pull in. I haven't entirely automated it, but it's I just check to see if there are full stacks of anything in these chests when the quarries are done, and if so, I do stuff with them. And why not set up some quarries? I just moved this last night, so this is just for a little extra power in case one finishes before the other does. This one used to often run longer than the other one, so let's see here. That lever is on, so we're good there. There we go. Whereas this lever is off because lava, magma dynamos leak. There we go. And ta-da, as you can see. And let's see what's downstairs in my base, my sky base. Here we have a fisher. It's all needs to be kind of compact. Try and fit everything in a relatively small space. I suppose I could make it bigger, but I don't want to make it a bigger drain on the server than necessary when I do it. I also have a pump here filling up water barrels for use in the various things that need coolant here, and the refinery over there. Here we have the enchanting room. If anyone out there wants to put in comments how to reliably get Silk Touch, all of these books here, while having useful enchantments on them, and there were more before this, are all my failed attempts to try and get Silk Touch on something. So yeah, I'm having a big problem with that. And everybody who has gotten Silk Touch can't tell me exactly what they did, as far as they just seem to have gotten lucky, and I seem to have not gotten lucky. I used to have a villager here, but there were problems, and he got despawned. The owner was using kill all a little too liberally, and I lost my villager. Let's see. This is my ME system. I leave it off when I'm not using it to save power. I also have some other random machines here that I use a little less often, but more in concert with the VME system for crafting stuff rather than for ore processing, like upstairs. Tinker table. Computer here with all of the discs that I have found in various dungeons. For some reason I always find the same 2 music discs, Cat and 13. I don't know if that's typical or... Oh, and yeah, also I had a musket at some point, and there's 1 musket round left. I had trouble getting chickens early in the game, getting a chicken breeding operation up and running, so I started out with a musket. Which actually seems to me to be slightly better for ghast hunting, if a little more resource intensive. Now I have one of these, which I will show you later, the matter cannon. Oh, it is so nice. I don't know how it would be in PvP, because I try to avoid PvP, but in versus mobs, it is absolutely wonderful. Okay, that's a little better. So this is what I've got in my ME system. Probably can't read those numbers, but you can see how many digits they have. I have a lot of tin and copper. I've just been mining my way across the ocean floor, picking up everything I find, and most of it goes in the ME system. I used to sell some of it, but I haven't been to the old shop had some problems, and so they made a new shop. This is my crafting cube. I did not know when I built it that I probably would only have needed 1 pattern place, so I have 3 empty pattern things. As it turns out, there's not that many things that I need to craft in mass quantities, and so this was the result of something I did earlier. I've got lots of awkward potions in case I ever need to brew anything. I've got a couple brewing stands here for brewing them. And up here is my netherwort farm. There we are. I recently harvested it, so it's not fully grown. Jukebox for playing discs. Alrighty. And let's go up to the viewing deck. The idea behind this was to be the Castle of Laputa. It doesn't look much like the Castle of Laputa because there's just too much practical stuff here. And it's not hidden. But this is where I watch the quarries from until they finish. There we go. I guess I'll do this for a bit. Let the video run. I'll probably fast forward this part, or maybe edit it out. Okay, so I took some time while the quarries were running to mess with the sound. Hopefully the horrible rattling of the force field has been somewhat mitigated. We'll see. Tape. Yes, I have been using tape, believe it or not. This quarry has finished. I'm getting horrible lag. And in fact, I did crash, so I had to cut away there. But now we're back. Hopefully. And it did crash there, so I had to cut away, but now we're back. Hopefully soon we're back. There we are. And you notice the book did function, it just managed to screw me up. So, next thing we do is to go to the moon. I wish I had a video of me going to the moon. I launched my rocket all the way from bedrock up through a mountain, so that was fun. But I lost my lander, and I don't have that base anymore. It was a little too close to spawn. I was afraid people would start dropping by. So, when you're going to the moon, don't forget your gear. Yes, that is a note to remind me that I'm not always wearing my gear. Let's see. Oh no, it's not in this chest. That's there we go. So once I rocketed to the moon, I was then able to set up a Mistcraft link book there, so I can travel there whenever I want, which is a good thing, especially given that my lander got destroyed by a meteor. Alrighty, here we go to the moon. It appears to be daylight on the moon, so I think I'm gonna go do a moon dungeon. Let me put some of my more valuable stuff in here. Actually, let's put it in the other chest. Oh no, I got rid of the other chest. Okay, let's make a new chest actually. There we are. Okay. Anyway, I wonder why I'm leaving my bows and arrows here, given that they are extremely useful on the moon. Well, this matter cannon is more useful, so make sure I have plenty of space in my inventory for bringing back all of the cool stuff that I find. Torches to be absolutely good on the moon. Glowstone torches, on the other hand. Alrighty, that's probably all that I will need. Need that. Okay, and let's get ourselves some glowstone. This is my ender chest where I keep basic resources. I'm gonna need more than 3. There we go. 16 ought to do it. And make ourselves some torches. There we go, plenty of glowstone torches. Alrighty, oxygen tanks are full. Let's see if we can find a moon dungeon. That's the quarry. I wanted to see what the moon was made of. I know that now that it is in fact partially made of cheese. I just realized this is going to be problematic. Because bring up the map, which is how I usually find moon dungeons, and you'll know where I am. So as you can see, I've already followed this path. Actually, it doesn't matter so much, because this is the location of my old base on Earth. Well, I suppose you'd still be able to find me and get to the dungeons before I do. So maybe doing this one blind find, oh look, there's some meteoric iron. I haven't even looked at the schematic for the Mars rocket yet. For all I know, I need stacks and stacks of meteoric iron, so I've been collecting all the stuff I come across. The matter cannon does do mining, but it will not mine stuff like obsidian or fallen meteors. So. And on the moon, everything flies up in the air. Did I get it? Yes. Okay. Tell you what, if I don't find a dungeon on my own quickly, I will turn on the map after I've gone quite a ways from my base. And then remember to turn it off again once I'm in the dungeon. I suppose I could just turn the coordinates off, but it's a bit late for that now, and I'm not entirely sure how to do it. I don't want to be futzing with that on a video. At least not one that's actually not supposed to be about me learning. Let's see, what is this? Is this one? Just a very, it's just a very deep crater. Turn the coordinates off. So for those of you who haven't done a moon dungeon before, what we're looking for on the map is a dark gray spot in the middle of one of the craters, indicating that there is exposed moon stone, because the crater is very, very deep, and very deep craters are where dungeons are. The last dungeon I was at was a little disappointing, because the final room was sealed off. There were kind of two moon dungeons on top of each other, and the one managed to cross in such a space that you couldn't actually get to the final, the room with the chest in it. You could kill the boss, but then you couldn't do anything with the key. But that at least means I have a spare key. I suppose I should have brought it along, but if you all want to see someone do a moon dungeon with a matter pistol, this is the main thing. I mean, they're good for lots of things. They're good for hunting ghasts, and they're good for pot-shotting pigmen, but they really make moon dungeons a whole heck of a lot easier. So one thing, watch. You can get rid of webs at a distance. And suddenly this room that I'm about to drop into has become like 50% safer. Not only can they get rid of those at distance, they can also get rid of spawners at distance. Like so. Oh, excuse me. Isn't that so much easier than every time you have ever done a moon dungeon? They are part of applied energistics, and you load them like you would a drive, except they're formatted to receive only one kind of item, which is what it uses for ammunition. So it does require physical objects for ammunition. I've been using lead nuggets, which are recommended. They're heavy metal nuggets of one kind or another are generally recommended, and lead is a little more abundant than gold, so I've been using lead. But yes, they both damage foes and destroy blocks. Can be a little dangerous to use in some situations. If you're on. Sometimes they just don't seem to work quite right. There's a little bugginess with them. I've never quite understood. But they're so useful that it doesn't really matter. Just be careful if you're doing moon dungeons with them to completely remove all webs from a room before you go into it, if at all possible. Because they don't seem to work terribly well if you're trapped in webs. Although I didn't get that one. That's the problem. some lag or something is causing the server to think that they're falling when they're not. So you may think the lead nugget is a little high price to pay for all of this string, but I'm not actually doing this for the string. I'm doing this for the lack of webs. And I may as well keep the string, though often I end up stowing it in one of these chests along the way if there are lots of chests. So far this dungeon has not had very many chest rooms. It's had mostly monster rooms. But here's a chest room coming up. What's in the chest? Gunpowder, iron nugget, another builder's wand, gold runner I've already got. Ooh, IDE? Ooh, I think that's a new one on me. Some people on the server were talking about setting up an arcade. I may have to donate some of these duplicate discs to them. Hello. Moon zombies can be a little too much for the matter cannon sometimes. Especially when I'm running, just whatever weapon comes to hand is what I use. Oh, I didn't pick up my diamond sword. I actually have a diamond sword in one of those chests, which I usually use for moon dungeoning. I watched a very informative video by iDead online about how to go to the moon, and he said to always bring a diamond sword, so I did. And then I forgot it this time. I don't have all my power armor rebuilt since I died in a Mistcraft world via a bug, but I still lost all my stuff. So as much as neat as it might be to see me fight the moon boss outright, I'm going to show you the trick that I use to fight him more easily. Build, and then I just kind of sneak out from one side and hit him a lot, wherever he is. He's a little easier to hit than that. There we go. And I just hide behind this block. Of course, if he pushes me too far back, he respawns, so I have to be really careful. Respawn too, so he's at full health. Okay, I need to get back out of here. I have to figure out how he can actually... Oh, well, there we go. Now I know. I know how he throws you into lava. I may die. Okay, I survived, and now I have to start over again. I can see why I generally fight him that way. Now, if I place some blocks behind me here, it'll be harder for him to throw me out of the room. I have to wait till I heal up here. That's the first time he's actually managed to throw me into lava. I was trying to figure out what the heck he was doing lifting me up, because at least with the weapons I used to have, it was easier for me to fight him while I was in the air. Because he didn't move around so much when he was holding me. But now I figured out, I guess, sometimes he actually manages to throw you into the lava. See, that didn't work because the blocks were... let's try putting them in a different place. Still waiting to heal here. If I put them there... Let's try that. Okay, back up to full health. Let's give this another try. No, no, he got it. It's usually not this hard. Okay. But then usually I have a diamond sword to hit him with, too. If I put another block here, that might be better. Nope. Lifted me through the ceiling. Well, this is going to be fun. Dealing with bugs. Okay. Let's laser my way out of here. Well, mining cannon my way out of here. Unfortunately, there's not much on the moon that can fall on your head. Unfortunately, I think it might be night now. If this gets too dangerous, I may just go back and edit this out, but I was hoping to do a moon dungeon for y'all. Notice you can build much steeper staircases here. It looks kind of dark out here now, but I'm just going to run right for the entrance to the dungeon. And try and fight him again. You can see there are some monsters spawning there. Gotta be careful. At night on the moon. Let's try this again. I'm actually hoping to find in one of these chests is a division sigil. That's kind of the main reason I'm still doing this. I've yet to find one. Be able to make some of those fancy tools. The deep dark is banned on this server. There's unfortunate issues with it crashing. I wonder if this whole structure is just one too far out. Let me rebuild it back one and see if that helps. Try it like that. There you are. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's the way to do it. I don't know what I did wrong. I don't think his explosion actually hurts you, but I always want to remember the other side, just in case. That's how the trick's supposed to work. Sorry, I did it wrong the first time. Okay, and here we have the treasure chest, in which we use the key that he just gave us. I still have my quarries. Good thing I didn't die. Actually, they have keep stuff on this server because too many people were Mushroom Island biome. I think I already have that one. Too many people were luring people to into battle with each other and then stealing all their stuff. So when they died, so in order to prevent that, they have keep stuff on this server, which is a bit of a cheat, I realize. It certainly has helped me several times. I'm trying to get back some of the glowstone that I used getting here. Alrighty. And now that it is completely dark in here, I'm simply going to warp home. It costs some money on this server, so it's not as much of a cheat, but I have lots of money, so I don't mind. And I'm going to the village. You can have 3 homes on this server. I suppose I could just carry a book. It's not as though that isn't something that I could do anyway by carrying around a Mystcraft book. Okay, and then we go back to the moon and swap our gear back. Close the door, cut this light. Also, I have a Mystcraft page. I have an elaborate system of sorting Mystcraft pages. No. No. Yes. Okay. Interesting. I think that may be when I have 16 over here, because I remember having a lot of Mushroom Island biome. But maybe not. Maybe Mushroom... Oh, that's right. It was just Mushroom Island Beach. No, I do have Mushroom Island biome. So I have lots of Mystcraft pages, as you can see. I raided a lot of libraries for these. I can leave the grain here. Oh, there. Here. There we go. Here's the grain. I still have 1,000 ammo left, so that's good. Our oxygen tank's back. And head for our floating base where we store most of this stuff. There's this little bit. So we can tell what is loot. Okay. I'll start with the string. Torches. Oh, I think I'll just keep it around just in case. Change my Galacticraft torches into regular torches. In order to make torches not work on the moon, they made this thing that as soon as you place one, it changes all your torches to Galacticraft, but then if you're back in the overworld, it changes them back. And so that's how you get your torches to change back. It's by placing one of them. Seems a little odd, but it works. Okay, let's see here. UA IDE, do I have sure I have Gold Runner already played it. Yeah. Okay, so those are duplicates. As they go somewhere else. And while I'm here, I'm also going to macerate this sandstone. I'm playing some Attack of the B Team. And in Attack of the B Team, macerate sandstone, you can get niter. I don't know if you can get niter here, so that's find out. But that's right, pulverize. I started out with industrial craft way back when, so I still say macerate a lot, but I mean pulverize. Basically the same thing, but in chests here after the quarry's finished, so I'm going to show you what I do for that. Got these two alchemical chests, which are nice and large. Sort them, take out full stacks of anything and just process full stack. Waste my time. Things that actually, I can also give you an example of how I've been trying to get Silk Touch. Maybe some of you can tell me what I'm doing wrong. Switch this off. You can actually place stuff in these. Just place stuff over here, and it'll get imported next time you turn the thing on. And you don't have to leave it on all the time. for all I know, is absolutely not better. Oh, that's right. I was going to try a book this time. I'm going to try taking a book to level 24 and see if that might do it. Before I'd been using the items and a disenchanter. Okay, 24. The different ones. Yeah, there are certainly different 24s I have to choose from. I suspect that 2 lines means 2. Let's try this one. Smite 3. Yeah, no, that's not what I want. 4 books in there, 3 books in here, and now my chest is absolutely full of level 3 books, and I still haven't gotten Silk Touch on anything. Not a book, not a tool, not anything. And of course, the way they do things in this game, as long as you're careful with it, once you have an enchantment, you can never lose it, because after using the tool, about halfway, you can strip it off, the auto disenchanter, and enchant it into another item. As long as you have the levels to do it, you're fine. But you have to get it in the first place, and I've yet to get it in the first place. This is where some kind of auto processing system, or at least something that would just automatically put it all in the ME system would be useful. I might build something like that eventually, but it seems things are kind of cramped here because it's a sky base, and running things through the walls can be difficult. Okay, there we go. These. Gold. And the next time I turn on the system, those will just get sucked in. Alrighty. Back to the village base. Back to the nether, actually. Keeping all of my spare computer discs and audio discs in this chest that I didn't have anything else I was doing with particularly. I mean, the thing that takes more space than I would need. Got a few ender lily seeds. At some point I might film an adventure of trying to make an endstone world so I can get more endstone for the farm, maybe set it up with an actual automated farm of some kind. Looks like that's all running good still. Okay, the only other thing I wanted to show you was my Ghast hunting arena, which I set up at the the location of my old nether base. That's not the one then. I called it Happy Ghast Hunting, so I think there it is. It's this one. Okay. And here we are in my Ghast arena. I think I should make the floor out of something else, because it seems that I have to be careful with my matter pistol here, because I can actually mine the netherrack with it, even though it is the nether brick with it, even though it is immune to Ghast attack. But I think I may need to make the floor out of something else if I want Ghast to spawn down there. But since there's a ceiling, I just run around on the ceiling, and I find them much quicker that way. There we go. So I just covered the ceiling with nether brick here. And it looks like there's some holes here that I shot with my matter cannon. That's where those bricks came from, so let me fill those in. Be more careful in the future. Last time I was here was my first try Ghast hunting with the matter cannon, so didn't quite know what it would do. I unleashed some lava over here and had to brick it up. There we go. So for pot shots at pig zombies, nothing is finer. Just out of the range where they would notice me. There we go. So they don't even come after me. Now the range is a bit short for actual Ghast hunting. I'm glad I brought my bow. I perhaps should equip it here. Oops, I still have some glowstone torches. I didn't mean to keep those around. Okay. I think the bow is in here, isn't it? Yeah, there's the bow, and I still have the arrows. Okay, good. Let's see if there are any other. Hello? Ghasts? Anybody? Magma cubes? I'll kill you too if you show up. That's where I used to have another endothermic pump that was loading the chunk for this base when it was a base. Don't need to do that anymore. Hello? Usually monsters show a little quicker than this around here. I need to take a quick break, so I will be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back, and I'm falling through the world. Ah! Okay, that's better. So I should plug this up over here too, just in case another stray shot heads this way. It won't let lava out. Mobs. At some point in the future, I may show you on some other server that has thermal expansion how I turn the lava lakes to obsidian in the nether. But walking along here might very well cause some more monsters to generate, so I'm going to do a little walking. Alrighty. Do a little glowstone mining for you here. I think I will. Maybe it's over the lava. We'll see what happens. Isn't that nice? Yeah, that's probably all I'm going to be able to get. The rest of it will probably just fall in the lava. But also like nether quartz here. Like there's some nether quartz up there. Normally you'd have to worry about it exploding because you're near it, but if you just do this, it falls right down where you are. Oh, actually that was saltpeter. Oh, time for a server restart. Oh well. Is that a ghast? I think I see a ghast. No, it's just a formation. There are rock formations in the nether that look so much like ghasts. Always spooks me. Oh well. I heard some guys complaining, though I think it plays that sound effect even if they're not actually around. I beat you. I guess I can. I'll probably be able to reach the experience. Oh, yay, it fell down here. So, unless a ghast shows up the next couple minutes, this is probably all I'm going to show you today. There's still the shop that I made at spawn and some of my Mistcraft worlds to show off. I might do those in a further video if people are interested in this, but maybe they'll be more interested in what I was going to do in the long-term plan, which was the starting afresh on a new server, working my way up videos. See if anyone enjoys watching those. Uncovered a little more lava there. Do that. Down to 1 minute. The countdown is on. Can we get a ghast? Where he went? Oh well. May as well head home.